Welcome back to another hot and sunny day on the hay farm. My name's Zach. That's Prue. She's not so bright. It's humid and 95 degrees out, and she's gonna lay in the sun. Yep, that's my dog. Anyway, I thought we would talk about the electric net fencing a little bit because everything's been baled and hayed and whatnot, and so we can stick all that back in the ground and let the sheep back out at night and Sherman back out at night. So I guess we'll load some of this up, go show you how we push it into the ground in the field, which can be difficult this time of year, and then talk about the power supply, and that'll be a video. So stick around for some work in a field in July, because, you know, sweat. So I guess I'll start out. We have 6 150-foot sections of their Premier One's PermaNet for sheep and goats, I think. So it's 48 inches tall, and the strand spacing is good for those animals. Chris and I did 3 this morning, between like 9 and 10, I'd say. And then she took the kids to a birthday party, and I have done another one, so we have 2 more to put in. And yeah, it's I don't know, what time is it here? It's 1 o'clock, so the almost hottest time of the day, the sunniest part of the field is where I'm going to be working. I thought I would use this portion of the video to talk about our experiences with the net fencing, because I don't really cover that elsewhere. We've been running 4 rolls for about a year, and we added 2 extras in right before winter last year to give them a bigger pasture over winter. We did not move them at all in the colder months, and it performed great. It stayed in all winter. It stayed upright. It was a very mild winter. We didn't have a lot of ice or snow, but it worked the whole time. It keeps, dogs out. It keeps sheep and horses in. Overall, a really fantastic product. As far as the quality build, that seems great. So no complaints here at all. So I believe that we bought their Primo posts. I don't know. I'm not positive, but they are single spike on the bottom. They are not the drivable kind, which I guess just means you can hit on the top of them with a mallet. But I mean, our soil is pretty hard. It's clayey, it's rocky. So a couple tricks, or what I find easiest to do to get these in, and you kind of seem to do it here a little bit, but definitely don't be married to one spot. And then I usually throw an arm over, grab it with both hands down low, and just put my weight into it. And I usually have pretty decent success driving it in then. That one didn't quite go in at a good angle, so I'm loose on the top, but probably breathe through that. There's a good spot, nice and soft, started to go. Just put some weight into it. Easy peasy, something squeezy. And if I spin you around here, that's where we're trying to go. So I have 4 more posts on this line and a whole nother roll. So we'll kind of make this big bulbish? I don't know the word that I'm using, but this big kind of bulb with the last net just to take up the space. space and get them out a little farther. Not that they really travel out over the hill where they can't see, like, unless they go in a pack or herd. But that's what we'll do. For you guys this one more time. I'll start bending this fence a little bit that direction already, but pull the top and bottom nice and tight. Find a spot that I like, arm over, grab it. Nope, rock. There we go. See, trial and error. I'm gonna have sunburn on my legs by the end of this. And sunburn is one of the things you get when you have to do this on one of the hottest and sunniest days of July. But again, it's great that we can rotationally graze the sheep and the mini. Not that if we're having a wet year, not that they need to be rotationally grazed as far as consumption goes, but as it gets dry and hot, it's really nice to be able to move them around, let them forage. And again, the build quality that we've seen so far has been excellent. They also all get tied together when they, strand ends and another begins. I usually just kind of go around and around, do a nice easy shoestring knot. They clip together really easy. Based on how dry and hard our soil is in the summer, and as well as frozen in the winter, I did buy their positive negative version, so it means I have another set of clips I could push together. And I guess what that does is, the way these strands normally like to work is everything's positive, every single row, and then the ground is negative. There's 2 grounding rods on the system, and you touch this and you're grounded and it whacks you. We don't have a good ground connection because the dirt's too dry, it's too frozen, whatever. You can do clip this and hook it up differently and do positive negative, whereas like this would be positive, this would be negative, so I'd have to touch both to complete the circuit and get zapped. Which for the animals or for predators, not that the sheep and the horse really test it, it's more for, peace of mind, I guess, from like dogs, or I don't know what's going to get them, but the dogs have tested it once. Every now and again, a neighbor's or a friendly, someone we know's dog will come over, they test the fence. So that's kind of what it's there for, but that's that. One pro tip I'll offer in this short section of the video is install all of your sections first, except the last 2. Then go to the last one and come back to the second to last one. And that will allow you to kind of stretch and modify that one in a shape that you don't run into an issue if you're coming down to, like in our case, the hard, wooden fence as the end line that we run out of a weird spacing and can't get the fencing to reach, or we have way too much at the end. You still have to kind of pace it off and be somewhat close, but I highly recommend installing it that way. That's one thing we've learned doing this now for about a year. And there's 6 strands at 150 feet each. They might be 164 now that I think about it, but either way, there's 6 strands in the ground. That's what that process looks like. Let's go hook up the supply power line to it and talk about the voltage box, or power supply. I don't know what you call it, but that thing. So basically, running out of the run-in shed, we have this insulated wire here. And assuming I can do this one-handed, we shall see. Hi, ducks. Quack, quack, honk. Yeah, get that over here. Try and do this. But yeah, basically this, lead wire gets hooked into the top strand of the fence, and assuming I connected everything together, should shock when we go turn it on. So let's go look at that. So then in here we have our fence Energizer, and this is also from Premier One. It's the same people we got the fencing from. And it's their PrimaShock 4. And I don't know what the different options mean, but this one, you looked at the specs, were good for the length of net fencing in the sheep/goat variety that we're running that I wanted. So, I switched leads. I'm gonna have to take this one out and do the other one. I'll probably put you guys down and turn this on, and then we'll kind of go from there. But it's real easy, right? Like, here's the wire I had, and I will dig out the wire I need. All right, so everything's on for those guys. I'll muzzle them here in a second. But we're gonna take my test meter, just make sure I'm getting voltage all the way down to the end here, that everything's connected. And we are, so the fence is on and good. I'm gonna put the muzzle on the man and let them out, and they can go, you know, be sheep and a horse and enjoy some outside time. I think that pretty much wraps up this video on the net fencing, so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me the good old like, thumbs up button, and consider subscribing. Until next time, have a great day. They're happy now. They've been locked in here for, I don't know what the day is, 5 days? I think they've been in here 5 days with getting everything cut and then baled, and, you know, the fence being out. So I'm actually surprised they're going into the sun there. I imagine that won't last long, but they already got afternoon shade kicking in, and they haven't been out in this section of the field for a little bit, so I'm sure they'll find all the good stuff, even if it is right here behind the fence.